No need to go in there till it's time to cook. Order up. Order up. Order up. Order up. This is where I dumped the laundry bag.
What you need?
I'll let you get back to work.
See you later.
Hello?
Hi, Ned. It's Nancy.
Hey, Nance. I couldn't tell it was you because you're not calling from your cell phone.
No coverage out here. I'm in the middle of the Canadian Rockies, remember?
Oh, I haven't forgotten. Everything okay?
Well, as a matter of fact, just as I got here, the bunkhouse blew up.
Yikes. So there was another act of sabotage?
Looks that way. The sheriff found traces of a plastic explosive called C4 on some of the debris.
So if whoever blew up the bunkhouse is the same person who's been causing the accidents, you're looking for someone who knows something about explosives.
Looks that way, yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good lead. What else have you got?
A lone wolf has been hanging out around the lodge lately.
A wolf? That's kind of cool.
No, what's cool is that it dug me out of an avalanche and saved my life.
You're kidding me. Why would a wolf do that?
I don't know. Yet.
So, you've got a wolf hanging around that acts like Lassie. What else?
Bad news. Chantal is insisting that if I need help, I get it from this police consultant she hired. A guy named Tino Balducci.
Tino Balducci? Not that cop
That's
who...
the one.
How does Chantal know him?
Someone introduced them and he charmed her into hiring him. And now I have to get all my hints from him.
Well, I'm sure he'll be very helpful. Not as helpful as, say, I would have been, of course, but very helpful.
Yanni Volkstaya, the cross-country skier? Someone threw a bomb at him while he was out on the slopes training.
A bomb? You mean like a grenade or something?
I guess. I heard the explosion myself.
Why would someone do that?
From what I've read, Yanni is a pretty ruthless competitor. He's probably made a lot of enemies. In fact, he's convinced that his competitors are the ones who blew up the bunkhouse. He thinks they were trying to intimidate him.
And what do you think?
I think he's just being paranoid. Someone may be using explosives around here, but I really don't think they're doing it just to get rid of Yanni Volkstaya.
Then why are they using them?
That I intend to find out.
Good idea.
Guadalupe Comillo says she's a bird watcher, but I'm not so sure.
Why do you say that?
For one thing, most birders will go on for hours about the birds they've seen or the birds they want to see, but not her. In fact, birds seem to be the last thing on her mind.
And for another thing?
The alarm clock from her room is missing.
So, she's not a bird watcher because she sleeps in?
I found a melted clock face in the debris left behind when the bunkhouse exploded. It could have been part of the timing device.
Do you think it could have been Guadalupe's? You think she's the one who blew up the bunkhouse?
Hey, women can blow things up too, you know. At the very least, they can help blow things up.
Whatever you say.
Ollie's on the avalanche patrol, which means he knows how to handle explosives.
Could he be the mad bomber?
He's got the temperament for it, I can guarantee you that. What I'm not sure about is why he'd be the mad bomber. Although he did mention that he wanted to get back into ranching for himself.
What's stopping him?
No property and no cash. Which reminds me, Chantal hasn't gotten around to giving him the raise she promised him. He seemed a tad bitter about that.
Maybe he figures if he wreaks enough havoc around there, Chantal will shut down the lodge and sell it to him for next to nothing. Not only will he get property, he'll get revenge.
You really think she'd sell the lodge to Ollie?
Of course not, but if Ollie thinks that, he could easily be your guy.
The guy who built Icicle Creek Lodge also built this weird concrete pyramid thing nearby that everyone calls Trapper Dan's Needle.
What's it for?
No one knows, but there was a piece of black nylon-type fabric sticking out of it, like there's a door in it and someone had snagged their clothes on it on their way in.
So you think there's a door, but you can't see one?
Right.
Well, just keep poking around. If something's got a front door, it usually has a back door, too.
Are you familiar with a book by Jack London called The Call of the Wild?
Sure, it's about a dog who winds up leading a pack of wolves. It's a classic. Why do you ask?
Because I found a copy of it in Lou's room.
Interesting. Maybe he's got something to do with the wolf that's been lurking around outside the lodge.
I was thinking the same thing. He does spend a lot of time outside by himself. He says he's snowshoeing, but maybe he's up to something else. Something that ties in with the wolf somehow.
Or maybe the fact that he's reading that book is all just a big coincidence.
Yeah, that could be too.
As I recall, it was a pretty good book.
It was great talking to you.
You can call me anytime. Got that?
Got it. Bye.
Hello?
Hi, Carl. This is Nancy Drew again.
Can't talk now. Sorry. No! Ah!
You've reached the happy home of Brenda and Derek Southwaite.
Unhappily, we're not at home right now. In fact, we won't be back for a couple of weeks, so why don't you just call back then?
In the meantime, we set the alarm, so if you're calling because you're thinking about burglarizing us, think again.
No need to go in there till it's time to cook.
If you think I'm serving this, you're loco.
Order up! Order up! Order up! Order up! Order up.
The battle for the kingdom of the Snow Princess begins! You have defeated the Snow Princess. You may pass.
It is really, really cold out here. Oh my gosh. It looks like someone came in here and just wrecked everything, including the fishing gear. So much for catching a 2-foot northern pike. Left behind by whoever trashed this place, maybe? 202-555-7237. That's a U.S. phone number. I'm starting to get really cold. Ah, warm again. Somebody left me a note.
What you need?
Someone went into the ice fishing shack and ruined all of Bill Kessler's equipment.
Probably some animal-loving eco-fanatic who figured it was time to save the fish.
You don't by any chance have a hook and line I could borrow, do you?
Say no more. There's my tackle box. It's all yours. Kessler tried to rope me into competing with him, but I can't very well do that when you've got my hook and line now, can I?
No, I don't suppose you can.
What else do you want?
I'd better get back upstairs.
If you need anything, just holler.
Halt! The battle for the kingdom of the Snow Princess begins! You win! Heads up! Whenever you're really cold, just squeeze the toasty pack and you'll get a burst of heat. It only works when you're already cold, and you can only use one toasty pack at a time.
It is really, really cold out here. Right size, wrong fish. There we go, a 2-foot northern pike. No more fishing for me. Oh my gosh, whoever threw that ice ball at me must have set off an explosion that shattered the ice. And my jacket's gone. No wonder I'm so cold. A coat. I need to make it to shore by jumping from Icicle to Icicle and put on that coat before I freeze to death. All I want to do is lie down. All I want to do is lie down. I don't know whose this is or why that wolf left it here, but at least now I won't freeze to death. Ah, warm again. There's a note in one of the pockets. Since I can't go back the way I came, Maybe these tracks will lead me to shelter. Avalanche Ridge. Ugh, not exactly reassuring. Ski tracks. Probably Yanni's. I bet if I follow them, I'll wind up back at the lodge. If I don't get warm soon, I may not make it. It is really, really cold out here.
You have reached Run and Grow Free, a non-profit organization dedicated to making sure that the wild animals of North America remain wild. No one can take your call at the moment because all of our volunteer staff is busy blocking access to California's wilderness areas in order to protect their cougar, bear, and condor populations. But if you leave your name and number after the beep, someone will eventually get back to you. Especially if you want to make a donation.
Nancy, hi! What the heck happened out there?
Actually, I'm not quite sure.
I walked out to Icicle Lake to see how you were doing in the fishing shack, only there wasn't any fishing shack. There wasn't even a lake. The ice was all busted up like somebody dropped a bomb on it.
All I know is after I caught that 2-foot northern pike, I walked outside and someone knocked me unconscious with an ice ball. The next thing I knew, there was an explosion and I was on an ice floe in the middle of the lake with no coat and no fish.
Somebody decked you with an ice ball and blew up the lake? Holy moly!
Probably you. Couldn't stand the thought of losing to a girl.
Har har. The good news is you're okay. The bad news? No more ice fishing.
Well, I better get back to work.
Drop by anytime.
What do you want?
You messed with my rifle, didn't you?
This I gotta hear.
Excuse me?
This fax just came for you. It's from the wacko left-wing wildlife gang that paid you to screw up my rifle so I'd miss that wolf.
How dare you talk to me like that? I'm leaving this place right now.
Good. You just got yourself an escort off the premises.